Hi, and welcome. This is a fantastic opportunity for me to invite you to come on in and hang out with me, Marian LaSalle, and my co-host, Ricki McKenna. And we're going to be talking about business, of course, but we're going to be talking about the psychology of referrals and business building. So, what kind of a podcast is this? Well, it's one where I think everyone should get involved and be interested in it because we have so much to share. We have
Oh,
so
yeah.
much to talk about. So, this is all about connections, right? Do you see my little sign?
Right. Whoop,
Yeah, yeah. Oh, the other way. The
the
other
other
way.
way.
Connections create
Got it.
opportunities.
I always
Oh,
get this confused, except I know you're there, Marian, so I can always count
the
on
other
you.
way.
And that's part. No, I'm pointing towards you on my screen, believe it or not.
Oh,
I mean, it's crazy. I
yes, it
know
is.
it's I'm actually pointing to a different part of my office, but on screen it's you. And you know what I love? The fact that we are authentic. We really are. I mean, we're two crazy women who are not so crazy. And we love life and we love connecting with people. I'm definitely a people person. I love to cook. I love to share my stuff out of my kitchen. But the people are the most important things. I love when people say, gee, that's good. And then they talk about me to somebody else. And that's
Yes.
called a referral.
How many times have
And
I given you kudos for your cooking? I mean, too many
yes.
times, probably, right? People are tired of hearing about it. No, I'm
No,
sure
no,
they're not.
no. You can never have too many
I
kudos.
know,
That's
I
fine.
know,
And
I
I
know.
always give you kudos. You're my technical guru, among other things. And you write so beautifully. You write from your heart, and that shows. And that brings people to you. And that's the referrals. Sometimes they're written, sometimes they're verbal. And whatever they are, they're so valuable because that brings trust, it builds trust, and it makes people feel as though, oh wow, really? Okay, then I can work with her or I can work with him. And it's such an important thing that personal recommendations and referrals. And it may be somebody whose work you've seen, who maybe they haven't done work for you personally, but you've seen work that they've done for other people, and you know how well they do the work that they do, whether it's writing, whether it's building a wall, whatever it is. But you feel comfortable in referring them. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Yes, I have had work done on my house. Our house is for sale, and I've got four different, I'm going to call them handymen because they don't really have any degrees or any business, really.
Mm-hmm.
But three of those four, I would never even recommend to anybody because did they do okay work? Yeah, but it wasn't somebody I wanted to refer. So, yes, if I find somebody who does really good work, I trust
Mm-hmm.
them and I would hire them again. You better believe I'm going to refer them.
That's the difference. What you said right there, I think, is a key. I would hire them again because they've done good work for you and you feel as though you can trust them. And they're um what's the word I'm looking for? They're there when you need them,
Trustworthy.
and
Yeah.
that's also part of it. It's like reading a good book, and you want to refer somebody like I'm reading, particularly now, Becoming Supernatural. I'm not levitating yet, but I've discovered there are a lot of other things, breathing in particular, and meditation have helped me. The deep breathing and a different way of breathing, inhaling and pulling everything in when you're inhaling, and also pulling everything in when you're exhaling. It's an interesting phenomenon because it feels different, but it feels great. I don't know what
Interesting.
it's doing.
I'm in a book study right now, and right now
Yeah.
we're it's a health and wellness book study, and right now we're reading a book called Life Worth Breathing. So it has a lot to do with that. We just
Hmm.
take for granted that we're breathing because we just do it naturally and it just happens even while we're sleeping. But there is some science behind how the breath can improve things.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I am grateful for that.
But even when you're eating, your breath and the way you breathe as you're eating can help your digestive system. As a nutritionist, I sometimes forget to tell people that, but it's an important part of it. Um, it, it's all, we are whole beings. We're not little pieces here and little pieces there that connect. Everything that connects us, including other people, helps us to be and to be conscious. And I love the fact that that you're reading it's Atomic Habits.
Yes,
Now, I
I'm in
haven't
another book
started on
study,
that
a
yet.
business book study, which happens to
Right.
be in Referral Business Builders, called Atomic Habits by James Clear, and it is amazing.
Yeah, I have
Oh,
to
I'd
get
like
that.
to talk about that a little bit because I'm not a
Sure.
reader, but I'm in two book studies. It's very strange, right? But what I do is I listen to it and
Mm,
I get key points from AI or, as we're talking about the book that I listened to, I can then read small sections. I'm not a book reader from, page one to page, the end. I just not. I don't know why. But yet there's so many nuggets, there's so many wonderful opportunities that you can use to get ideas from the other people in the book club or the book study, whatever it is that you're doing. So yours
yeah.
is associated with a spiritual group, right?
Yes, it is. And that's
Yeah.
why we started reading, among other things, Becoming Supernatural.
Mhm.
And our next book, I'm trying to remember the name of it. It's by Mindy Auden, who is a very interesting woman. She's up in, I think she's a counselor, a spiritual counselor or a psychological counselor. I don't remember exactly. It's called What If Everything Goes Right? And I love that title because
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I've found a lot of people when they talk about something that's positive going to happen, and they talk about, excuse me, what could go wrong. And Mindy's book is all about what if everything goes right? And I love that attitude. I
Yeah.
think it's a better approach to things. And she was part of a spiritual book club that was an ongoing thing that for several years through Unity, actually.
I was
And
involved in that.
yeah,
I
and
actually had her as a speaker in Dallas about 10, 15 years ago. I mean, it was a long
really,
time ago. Yeah, she came as a speaker for a business networking group that Referral Business Builders back in the day.
yeah,
Back
when
in
it
the day
first
when we used to
started.
get together in person. Yeah.
Huh.
Isn't that funny? Yeah, things come
Well,
around, don't they?
things come around, and you know what
Yeah.
that proves? People who are authentic stick around.
Uh-huh. There
They're
you go.
real, they're referable, they've got credibility.
Yeah, we're
And
really talking
so,
about the psychology of referrals today. I know
yeah,
we're kind of going off into different directions, but I think it all boils
it
down to
all
what you just
relates.
said. Yes.
Yeah.
Um, if it's good and it's true and you believe it, you can refer it. If it's something that you really trust.
Hmm.
So now we're talking about people, right?
Yep.
People. Mindy is one of those true people, and she hasn't wavered. She is still that same person
Yep.
who has this thought process of what if everything goes right?
I love it.
Yes, I love it
And
too.
it's not Pollyanna. This is definitely not Pollyanna because thoughts are things. Thoughts are powerful. When you have a thought about something, it affects you, it affects your subconscious. Some of it
Mhm.
comes from your subconscious, and that's where most people are ruled by their subconscious. We don't quite realize it unless you really study that for a while and understand that not everything is on the surface. A lot of it is below. It's like the iceberg thing. You
Oh,
see,
and
what is it?
also
One third of it above
you
the water and three quarters of it are underneath,
yes, and the you buy a red car and now you see red cars everywhere.
right?
it is about what we think about. It is what,
Oh yeah,
the people that we hang around, the things that we're doing in our lives that will bring more of that. And so
hmm
that makes a lot of
exactly.
sense if you
What is
continue
it
to
that they
think.
say? Intention follows your attention follows your intention, or is it back the other way around? Your intention precedes your I don't know. It's one of those, but they're connected. Attention and intention.
Yeah.
And then we get into the when someone does something for you, um, for example, someone gives you a referral, refers a book like Atomic Habits. And I feel as though this is just me, but I think it also other people feel the same way. If I get a good recommendation for a book and the book is really fabulous, I think it's absolutely wonderful. I will see if I can find another book or something to kind of, it's a reciprocity thing to recommend to somebody else and refer them to something else, either a book or maybe it's a video, um, or maybe it's a book online, that kind of thing. And so I think that's what we're talking about as far as referrals and business building through referrals usually happens just by connecting with people. And that's why this is the connector's edge, because we're always on the edge of bringing something new in, and the edge of something that's growing. It's like the green growing edges of your life. And I can't remember who said that, but it was a woman a long time ago.
Well, I
Yeah, I
really
can't.
believe that trust is the foundation of
Oh yeah,
referrals. And so how do you get to trust somebody? Well, you have to get to know them, right? So we have offered and have available to you all the different things that you can do to get to know the other business owners and the other people. Let's not say business owners, because maybe we have people who don't even have a business yet that are in referral business builders
right.
because they want to grow a business, because they find it fascinating. So think about all the different things that we have so far, and that we've got more coming. So we have a book study. It's a
Hmm.
book club called the Connectors Hour. Connector, connections. Okay.
Hello. Yes.
Connectors. Yeah. Connection Hour. Um, the Connectors Edge podcast. Referral Business Builders is more than just a networking meeting. I mean, it's
Right.
literally getting to know people on the basis of them being a real person.
That's key. Yeah.
Yeah. So the know, like, and trust, everyone's heard that before. But how do you get to know somebody,
Hmm.
especially now when it's expensive, it's harder to get places where there's a lot of people. There's just so many different reasons why using Zoom is a fantastic opportunity to get to know people,
Yes.
depending on what you're interested in. If you're not interested in learning from a book, that's okay. We have networking meetings. We have all different types of leaders who will lead a group of individuals into 1 hour of networking where you really get to know people one on one, and it's just so interesting. And
What
one of
I
the
find,
Wait 1 second.
go ahead.
One of the things that I think is most important is how I am at every meeting. And so I'm watching how people are making referrals. I'm watching how people are making connections and hiring people right in our communities. I saw it this
Did
morning
that.
in the book study.
Yep. I did that a couple of weeks ago with someone else to help me with my website. And it's another thing that I found, Marian. One of the things is, well, for example, somebody like Stu, who leads Smiling Stu, who leads his hour, and he teaches about LinkedIn, how to work things on LinkedIn. It's amazing. I don't understand all the technicalities of it, but he's there and he teaches and he helps us to understand how we can do this, why it's valuable, and he's there. He's loyal. That's another factor. Is that the Ben Franklin factor about loyalty
Loyalty through referrals, yes.
through
If you
referrals?
do a
Yeah.
favor for somebody, or if you ask somebody to do you a favor, they're
Hmm.
more apt to, yes, it's the Ben Franklin effect. I actually have it here. It's when someone makes a referral, their commitment to the success of the referred business deepens due to the Ben Franklin effect. This psychological phenomenon suggests that people who do favors for other people feel more invested in their success, reinforcing loyalty and encouraging repeat referrals.
Yeah. And that's an important point there, the repeat referrals. Because if you refer something or someone to someone else and they don't even bother with it, then you almost feel as though, well, okay, do I want to refer something else to them? Are they getting it? Do they, this is just something that popped into my head. Do they appreciate the fact that I referred them because I believe in them, because I feel as though they will be helpful to them? Sometimes people just blow it off. And I don't think I've seen anybody do that in our referral business builders group because they're all interested in helping others and finding not just referrals for themselves, but referring to other people so that they can help them. That's what I
Yes,
love about this group. There's a lot of reciprocal work going on.
yes. I love that. I really
Oh,
do.
there is, definitely.
So we
And
did talk about, social proof, and we talked about, keeping track, and everybody I've talked to says the same thing. We do not want to turn this into, something where we have to keep track, because that, there are groups for that. Okay, that's
yeah,
all they do, right?
yep.
And that's
Well,
their social proof. But I just see it and I love it, and I wish more people could see it. So I'm looking forward to getting more people invited into Referral Business Builders.
mhm.
Not too many all at once, because then it loses its personality.
Well,
But
there's an intimate feeling about I know
yes,
you and I know the other person's,
right,
and it's kind of like a family.
right.
And the other
Oh,
thing I just wanted to mention is when you feel as though you've been you really feel blessed, blessed, you feel happy with something, it worked, the referral was great. We have a wall of love in referral business builders.
yes,
And you can write your appreciation on there so that not only you express it to the person, but everybody else knows it too.
right.
So you can see it's a good feeling to read about something that somebody else did for one of the other members of the referral business builders. And it just makes you believe that there is goodness. And I know there's a lot of stuff going on in the world right now. But with us, I think it's a matter of we're not insulated. We're all aware. However, this is something that warms your heart and really makes you want to keep going. The referrals and the kudos in the wall of love. You can call it the wall of appreciation or whatever, but love basically is the ultimate. And it's not a wishy-washy or mushy thing. It's a thank you, but in a form that everybody can read it. And I think that, for lack of a better word, breeds a good feeling throughout the whole group.
Yeah, so when we look at Referral Business Builders, it's huge. Okay, the concept is huge, but there's each small individual things that you could get interested in or that you're
Yeah.
drawn to, and that's my hope. My next thing is accountability. So I'm looking for someone who's an expert in accountability and has a new group, or not a new group, has a group that they're running, and that they
Hmm.
would like to bring that into Referral Business Builder. So we're going to have something for everybody.
Yes, we are. And by the way, next week we have a guest.
Oh, yes.
Yes, her name is Debbie Prediger. I've met her through the Wellness Universe, which is another group to which I've belonged since I think 2016 or 2017. It's a worldwide group of people who are in the healing arts in one way or another, whether it's energy work, whether it's something like Reiki or holistic healing of many different kinds. I mean, everything from nurses and doctors to people who write, and all the different healing arts. If there's a healing art that's out there, there's a wellness member, a wellness universe member. And Debbie and I met. We've never met in person, but we've met online numerous times. And she holds seminars and workshops. And so we're going to have her on next week, and she can explain a lot more of what she does. But she's quite well known. She's been recognized in many, many. Um, you'll recognize the circles where she's been um, given kudos,
That's
and the
fantastic.
people with whom she's worked. And so I'm looking forward to it. She's just a lot of fun too.
That's great. I love
Yep.
it.
So tune in again next week, and you'll find us here on the Connector's Edge. And if you found something valuable today, give us a mention in the comments below. We like kudos just as well as anybody else. And if you have a comment that you want to add to what we've said, that's beautiful too. We'd appreciate it. But if you can find one thing that you got out of today, one little nugget, and let us know, we would be very grateful.
Thank you. Until next time, see you later.